Nice.
All right. How's it going, dude?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Nice. Oh, dude, I like your t-shirt. Where'd you get that?
Some Etsy shop.
Oh, fuck that. That's just queers. I just ordered a shower head from Etsy, actually. I kind of went on a shopping spree yesterday. I've been pretty bad about that lately.
Yeah, I bought a
But
couple T-shirts.
I bought a T-Rex shower head because my shower head here sucks and it also doesn't look like a T-Rex, so it's justified.
Yeah, I thought you meant a shower cap at first.
No.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
And then I bought that lucid dreaming mask and that dream herb and some mugwort.
Yeah, you should let me know how the dream mask is.
Yeah, so what kind of coffee were you drinking this morning?
It's like white coffee. It's where they don't roast the beans very much, and it keeps more nutrients and caffeine in it.
How does it taste?
It tastes like bland, shitty water.
Uh,
So I mix like tea and shit into it.
Mugwort too, huh?
Yeah. Well, mugwort's
This.
in this tea that I get. It's called Dream Tea,
Oh,
and
does
it's got like a
I
bunch of different things in it. Mugwort's just one of the things.
bet it's got like chamomile.
I didn't know what this
Yeah.
is.
There's chamomile,
It's
peppermint,
it'll beep at you.
and yeah, I've heard that mugwort's bad if you have it multiple days in a row. It can become poisonous if you have too much of it.
Huh, I haven't heard that.
Hmm. What's up, Johnner?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Doing good.
I've been
How
doing
about you?
valerian lately, but it lasts too long. It makes me sleep like 13 hours.
Valerian root?
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe I should just take less.
I can't remember the route that I had. I'm gonna try to look it up. But basically, I just ground it into my normal coffee mix, and it didn't do shit.
Just like women, they just don't do jack. I don't know where that came from.
Silene capensis.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of it.
Let me copy the link for you.
Steve, speak now.
Patience. There it is.
Whoa, whoa.
I need to turn off notifications on everything. I fucking hate that. It always takes up like the lower right hand corner of the screen at the moment that I'm looking at that corner, like, and I need something there.
You could just put a little piece of paper on
That doesn't, that just makes it worse. What the fuck are you? What is that? Fuck you, dude.
Just leave it permanently there, and then you'll just ignore the spot.
You're not welcome to the book club anymore.
You know,
The Chuck Tingle Book Club.
we should perhaps start one of those.
I think I'm just gonna have to read
Oh, fuck.
excerpts. What?
So, I actually bought a Chuck Tingle book on Amazon last week
Yeah?
because of what we were talking about. I was gonna bring it today so you guys could see it.
So you sell paperback
Yeah,
books?
I got the Chuck Tingle Guide to Romance.
Nice. Is it funny?
It's about like you find yourself approaching a sexy object. What do you do? It's like he's talking about like an airplane, not like an objectified woman or anything. And of course, it's like an airplane with a man like on it. So yeah,
Do you think it's
Or
gonna
like-
help your love life?
I don't know. Man. I don't
Gonna
think
help you
so.
fuck your laptop? My laptop is like my ongoing sexual partner. I mean, it's there like 60% of the time I come, so
Gross.
60.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. For most people, it's probably like 90%.
Yeah.
Most people probably need their laptop on the bed when they fuck. Like when there's a real person there to fuck, they're like, "I'm sorry, I can't do it
I have
unless."
to check Facebook.
Yeah. No, it's like I can't do it. There has to be like a compilation, like a bukkake compilation porn on, or it just doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah. So
So moving on.
Man.
I had an idea for porn actually. I think I'm gonna start making porn.
Sweet.
Because there's something that's been trending on porn sites lately. I've noticed called hypnoporn, and I've never watched it because it's all like sissification. It's all like uh, blowjob compilations, but it has like girls telling you to be gay and stuff. I've never watched it, but it's supposed to hypnotize you into being gay, and I think that's pretty lame because like. You know, a lot of people, I imagine, feel guilty about how much time they spend looking at porn. So my idea is hypno-porn, but it's like hypno-porn that helps you quit smoking or lose weight or build confidence. So while you're like wailing on it, you know, there's like these like sexy feminine voices being like, "You are an uncaged lion. Dominate in your chosen career field." And shit like that. I think it's gonna be a success.
Dude, you've got a market.
I think I do. I do. I've
He's
been
Jesse's tapping into the circuits, man. Like
I'm
He
firing
really
on all
is.
circuits, man.
So what was the one for like reproduction? So like that
The
one,
fourth circuit.
you like bust a nut
The
and associate
sociosexual
quitting smoking with like reproduction
It's like
or
Siggles.
the physical busting a nut. So like you have this good like positive reinforcement like built into it.
What you bust a nut to matters, you know.
Oh, it definitely
People
does.
just think it's you just bust a nut casually. No, you're busting a nut into the universe.
Yeah.
So
No, you're busting a nut into whatever your cycle is going to be.
or you're busting your nut into a woman. You know, that happens sometimes too. Weird as it is. Isn't it weird? Okay, isn't it weird that like cream pie is a fetish? That's actually just what is normally supposed to happen. Like cum in a pussy. Now that's kinky. It's like no, that's not kinky. That's reproduction. But it's all like cream pie porn.
Yeah.
I don't understand sexuality. Like, what is so goddamn awesome about jizzing on titties? Like, how did that come to be a thing, and why is it so cool?
It's a good
I
question.
honestly want to know because it makes no damn sense. Like, but it's cool. It's awesome. I know that much.
Maybe it's like computer hacking where people just do it because they can.
Yeah, it's like
I
climbing.
think it
It's
ties
like
into the
mountain climbing.
circuit where you're like marking your territory.
It's a territorial circuit. Yeah, it's territorial. That's it. That's probably right, man.
I like how we can
Johnner's
just keep going
smart.
on this and like just break down porn into like what
Eight
circuit caters to.
pornography. Well, it hit me the other day. So, like, the first circuit type, that's obviously Homer Simpson. He's an oral type. And Marge is totally an anal type. She's like anal about everything. And then the third circuit type is Lisa Simpson.
Hmm.
The 8 circuits of The Simpsons.
Yeah. You only went through 3.
Well, we're only on 3.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
The 3 circuits of The Simpsons. Are you better? It's a 3-ring circus, buddy. 3 hams will kill him. 3 hams will kill him. Did you guys hear that the guy who did the voice of Zorak and Miltar died?
No.
Yeah, I've been watching Space Ghost Coast to Coast with my neighbors since then. We finished the first season last week.
Yeah, I watched one episode recently, the one where Moltar pukes in his helmet.
That's a weird ass show, man.
It is. It was like the birth of Adult Swim.
It was. And how do you think they filmed the interviews? I've been meaning to look this up.
They probably just like had the Space Ghost voice actor just like reading lines to them off
So you
camera.
think he's okay? So do you think the voice actor is sitting in the room with the person being interviewed?
Probably.
Because just the way they talk and interact with whoever is asking the questions or whatever, it doesn't seem like there's a real person there. I think they're looking at like a cardboard cutout of the animated Space Ghost. And then they're just like given questions on a teleprompter or like there's a speaker talking to them.
Huh. There was one night that I tuned into it and it was just like a round table reading of a bunch of shit for Space Ghost. It was really weird.
It really fucked with me because I actually had seen like the original Space Ghost cartoon when it came out.
I just remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Like, I don't remember the actual Space Ghost being on.
I think there was like a VHS for rent at the store just down the block from my house that had like the original Space Ghost on it. And I thought he was badass. And then like as a kid, I saw Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And I was like, this is weird. It's such a weird concept, man. And then there was Cartoon Planet, which was really bizarre too.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Cartoon Planet.
It was like the same thing, but instead of interviewing like D-list celebrities, they just sang like really wacky songs and shit. Like Soup on a Stick and Hoodly Hoo and Don't Send in the Clowns.
Why wouldn't you send in the clowns?
I don't know, it's Zorak's song.
Oh, it was like the same guys?
Yeah, it was the same. It was like exactly the same, except they had wacky songs. It was like on during the day instead of in the evening.
That would make sense of just Zorak and him sitting at the keyboard all the time.
Yeah, well, he was like every late show has a band, and Zorak was Space Ghost's band.
Yeah.
And Motar was like the control guy. And Brack wasn't on it that often. Brack was on Cartoon Planet a lot more. And then there was the Brack show. Do you guys remember Brack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brack was almost too ridiculous for me.
Yeah. I have a magic toenail. I keep it on my foot. It's always there to rescue me when something goes kaput. Thank you, thank you, thank you, magic toenail. What are you doing?
Glancing through the book.
Oh, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee.
Alright.
What in the world is a hoodly hoo? Sit on down and we'll tell you how to do the hoodly hoo.
What you been up to lately, Johnner?
Had a week of vacation,
Nice.
and then a week back, and now on day 2 of a 3-day vacation.
So So you've just been like on multiple vacations?
Yeah.
That's
I got
awesome.
a ton of PTO.
Sweet.
I never ever use it. So, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
And then, what else? Yeah, that's about it. I didn't do much. My brother came to town, hung out with him, so that's cool.
Nice.
Had my birthday.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How about you? What are you up to?
Just working a bunch. I played a shitload of Final Fantasy 14 the other day. Like, it was the first day that I just sat there and played computer games, like, all day long.
Nice.
And I had this just essence of calmness that followed me throughout the night after I played video games all day that I hadn't experienced in a while.
Video games are like meditation for nerds.
Yeah, it was really good. So then I did it again the next day, and I was just too calm and too zoned out, so I'm probably not going to be doing as many video games this next week.
Yeah, I've been smoking weed these past few days, but I might lay off the weed for a day or two.
Ooh, video games? I beat Doom last night.
Nice, the original?
No, the 2016.
Ooh.
Was it any good?
Yeah, I bought it when it came out and went to the midnight to pick it up. And it took me this long because when I like a game, I don't want it to be done. So I kind of just like stop playing and then go and pick it back up later. So I only played like 2 hours last night, but that was the last bit, you know. It's kind of just postponing the end of it, I guess. So
It's real postmodern.
the end of it was good. Yeah, I loved it. It was a lot of fun. They did a really good job.
Hmm.
And then I played multiplayer, which also is awesome.
I don't know if my computer can handle any of the newer games anymore.
Yeah, I don't mind. I really want to play Civ 6, but I'd have to upgrade my computer on that.
Oh, is there a sixth one now?
It's coming out in like a couple weeks.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot different, too. Like, the computer's gonna get- a couple years ago. That one would be good. I just would have to upgrade the power supply and get a dedicated graphics card, because right now it just has an integrated graphics processor.
Yeah, those are never good.
Yeah, not if you're. I mean, it's a pretty nice computer, except for that one thing. The thing is to fit a good graphics card and power supply in there, I might have to upgrade the chassis, which means I'd basically have to like disassemble and reassemble the computer. And I haven't done like a lot of stuff like that before, so it'd be a project.
I'm sure Johnner could help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you know?
And I'm also sure like YouTube videos.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. I found that just by going to YouTube, I can learn things. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, I saw Drive By Truckers and Lydia Lovelace a few nights ago. That was good. Started a new book with my other book club.
Nice.
Is it Chuck Tingler?
No. This is the Chuck Tingle Book Club. And the Prometheus Rising Book Club. And the Andrew Eats a Cup of Noodles Video Chat Room Club. This is actually streaming to myfreecams.com.
You're not getting paid for it,
I'm getting paid in tokens.
so you can use them for other cams.
I guess, I don't know. I haven't really looked at those campsites before.
They've always weirded me out. Like, I don't know.
It's like for people who want to pay for titties but don't have the confidence to go to a strip club.
Yeah, yeah. It just seems like a weird blend of interactivity.
Yeah. If it was two-way camming,
But even then, it's like, why not just hang out?
yeah, with like a girl.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when we visited the Duke. I was like, let's go to a bar, dude.
Yeah. You'll have to keep me posted on if he's actually going to Missoula.
Yeah, Jillian Kuntz said she'd pay for his ticket. And I don't know if she was serious or not. It was just a Facebook comment. Do you know Jillian?
No.
She dated Simon for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know Simon very well.
Well, she's fucking psycho, dude.
I study hall with her.
She was friends with Emma Carney, and she was friends with Katrina, Ben's wife, for a while. Like, and she was like legit psycho.
That's awesome.
Like chasing people down and beating them with pipes. And, like, she burnt down a couple buildings in town and abandoned buildings and just shit like that.
It's
And
perfect for Duke.
I'm pretty sure she beat Simon up, but I think he might have beat her too. Like they would beat each other a lot. So
That's awesome.
and she was like, dude, I will pay for his ticket. I'll feed him. I'll house him. And I was like, hey, like if John or not John or the Duke would probably be all about that. Like you probably don't know what you're getting yourself into, lady, but he doesn't either. Like, I want to see that happen. I want to see them come together.
Gross.
Yeah. I want to see them come together. I want to see them.
You could cast them in your hypnosis porn.
Dude, that's not a bad idea. I had the idea when I was talking to the Duke. Because for some reason, like lately, whenever I talk to him, the subject just turns to whacking it, and I guess it's probably because we both spend a lot of time doing that.
Well, I remind you that this is being recorded.
That's all right.
All right. Now there's.
Oh no, people know that I masturbate. People are gonna find out the freaky shit I'm into. What is the worst that could happen from that? Like a girl who also likes that shit might find out. Oh no. That's the way I feel about it.
Well,
That's what this reading group is missing is weird girls. We need. That's why we're.
you mean like juggalettes or like
just weird women, you know?
I think like juggalettes and fucking. What's the kind that do Bob stuff? Bobettes.
Some genius girls.
Yeah, there's a word for them though.
I don't know. I don't think women need their own word for everything, dude. Come on.
Dudette.
Come on. It's 2016. It's current year.
There's a meaning of that.
It's current year, dude.
Year of our Lord 2016.
Year of Our Lady of Discord. That's a bottomless cup of soup, isn't it, Andrew?
Holy shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking to the Duke when I came up with the idea for the hypnosis porn.
It's actually a really good idea.
I think so too. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I have the confidence to be in porn. And he was like, neither do I. So I don't think he would be in it.
No, you could probably convince him to be. Like, just as long as you provide a girl for him, he'll be totally into it.
Provide a girl and drugs as leverage. I mean,
dude, you just sealed the deal.
That's how porn works, I'm pretty sure. A lot of those people are like, I like to fuck, and I like drugs and money. And there's lots of drugs and money and fucking going on in this industry. So. I've actually watched quite a few documentaries on the topic.
Really?
I'm kind of a porn scholar.
Me too.
Yeah, there for a while there was a lot on Netflix. So I was like, I'm into this.
What they say, after 10,000 hours or so of a activity, you're a professional.
Yeah, 10,000 hours. I'm sure I've invested about that much. So I've wasted a lot of time on that. It's art house erotica that captures my interest because it's guilt free. You don't feel guilty about cranking it to art house erotica. It's like artistic and intelligent. And it's sensitive. You're in touch with your feminine side. You're not a sexist pig. If you whack it to lesbian art house erotica, you're supporting the arts. It's different.
Oh my god.
Right, guys? Is mine alone here?
I think that you're onto something, but I don't know if that will ever enter the mainstream art.
So I got an idea for a bumper sticker I want to sell that says honk if you love silence. Isn't that a really dumb joke?
That's awesome.
What though? And people are you're not gonna know if you're being honked at because you're like driving into a train track.
If you think about, I've never thought about it, but those honk bumper stickers are really dumb.
That's like the only like not fuck you that would be a honk, you know? It's like, pay attention, you're gonna die! Ah!
I feel like, oh, this person loves silence too. So what do you guys think of this chapter? Let's talk about the book.
I liked, there was a paragraph in there that I thought was pretty interesting and relevant to right now. Let's see.
Did you guys do any of the exercises?
Not yet.
No, I really want to do some of them for this week, though. Like, subscribe, if you're, like, skeptic, subscribe to, like, a New Age magazine.
Who found it?
And if you're a New Ager, subscribe to a scientific magazine. I've already flip-flopped between those two, like, belief systems so many times.
Mm-hmm.
But that exercise, like, I was thinking, like, it'd be cool just to get some magazine subscriptions. I like to read. And there's some good magazines out there, so I might do that. But get in a conversation, a philosophical conversation with, like, an intelligent Muslim and Japanese businessman. I want to do that. And now that we're living, like, the internet age, I can just go on chat roulette and find, a Muslim Japanese businessman to discuss philosophy with. He might be whacking off, but,
Yeah.
you just take what you can.
Alright, guys, so this one, it was the emotional, territorial, or patriotic circuit, also contains the pack status programs of pecking order. Working in tandem with first circuit biosurvival anxieties is always able to pervert the functioning of the semantic rational circuit. Whatever threatens loss of status and whatever invades one's space, including one's ideological headspace, is a threat to the average domesticated primate. Thus, if a poor man uses one status prop in his life, I'm a white man, not a goddamn nigger, or I'm normal, not a goddamn faggot, or whatever, any attempt to preach tolerance, common humanity, relativism, etc. is not processed through the semantic circuit, but through the emotional circuit, and is rejected as an attack on status, ego, social role. So what I was finding is like relevance to right now being like, you think of it, it's the Trump campaign.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's his campaign.
That's how politicians operate, is they appeal to people's emotions.
And I don't even know if it's
the two first circuits, like in the parlance of this model.
It's those emotions, but also like the people that are affected or that he's trying to get to, it's the lowest common denominator.
And he's done a very effective job at it.
Yeah, he's awesome at it.
Yeah. I don't know if he's like smart and cunning.
I think
And
he's
so-
just
it's like-
been doing it so long that, and it's effective.
I just don't know if it's a calculated effort or if it's an accidental effort. You know what I mean?
No, it's,
Like, do you think he's an intelligent guy who's consciously appealing to the lowest common denominator, or do you think he's just like a drugged up reality TV star ranting in front of a camera who's just speaking their language by coincidence?
the latter.
Yeah,
But I don't think he does any drugs. I think that he's completely sober.
I think
His doctor said he was healthy.
his,
Like the healthiest.
okay, but that doctor who said he had the cleanest bill of health back in like the 90s was prescribing him a diet medication, and like the symptoms of that diet medication are like egomania and illusions of grandeur and like a bunch of other like symptoms that kind of explain like his behavior in the
Wouldn't
public
he
eye.
already had those in the 90s?
He went off them for a while, or that like medication was outlawed. But it would make him being on like weight loss pills that cause like symptoms like that would explain like how he thinks, or it could all be like calculated.
Well, it's all a calculation to get more of the biosurvival tickets. Like that's his.
Someone's
That's his
calculated.
end game is
Yeah.
building buildings so that he can have more biosurvival tickets and just getting his name out there more. Like most of the shit that he builds, he puts his fucking name on. It's Trump this, Trump that, Trump Tower, Trump whatever.
Yeah, it's the second circuit. It's his territorial marking.
Yeah. No, it's he's an interesting
Well-
case.
Either he's a calculated genius or he's a useful idiot for someone else who's gonna profit off of his lunacy. An interesting election year.
He's a calculated idiot in that aspect.
It's a
'Cause I'm-
calculated idiot. That reminds me of people.
Just because if there were people that he would be benefiting, then his party would probably support him, and they would be part of his party, but they don't.
He's redefining the party.
He redefines everything.
He's gonna redefine reality, bro. I need to update my voter registration. I mean, the presidential election, especially in Montana, it's like my vote doesn't count. But
Oh yeah, mine doesn't here either. I've been thinking about voting for Vermin.
Vermin Supreme.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
As far as like municipal things go, and like
Oh.
statewide things, like
Well, yeah,
I believe in voting locally.
well, yeah, voting on something that has a reach within your local spectrum is a valuable thing to do. But like,
And that's
go ahead.
That's what's so maddening about presidential elections is people get all like worked up and involved. But it's like 2 years ago, there was a lot of important laws being passed, and you had no interest in that. So people need to vote in off-year elections and municipal elections.
Yeah. No, the presidential thing is just like the overarching like brainwashing shit, where it's like those people don't matter. It's just how they get the corporate money,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's their spokespersons almost. And
I do. Is Vermin Supreme going to be on the ballot in Washington?
No, but you can write somebody in, can't you?
Yeah, you can. I've done it before. Some states are really liberal with who gets on the ballot, though. Like Colorado last election had like a bunch. I think it had like Rosie O'Donnell on the ballot in Colorado, and Gary Johnson, the Libertarian candidate,
Yeah.
who I think was on the ballot here. Maybe he was. I don't remember. I think Gary Johnson's going to be on every ballot this year because he's getting a lot of support. He might be in the debates too. So.
Really?
Yeah, that's what my neighbor Luke was saying. I haven't looked into it myself. I missed the first debate. It's not gonna I'm not gonna learn anything from it, and it's not gonna change my mind. You know.
I downloaded it and I started trying to edit all the just faces that Trump was making as Hillary was talking, and I was gonna just compile a video of him just making just stupid faces. But I think what I'm gonna do is get all of the debates and make like a best of, because sometimes it's kind of boring.
A Trumpulation.
Yeah, Trumpulation. Put him in the blue spot of the flag, and just have it be a GIF or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody accused him of being on cocaine because he was like sniffling at the beginning,
I've heard that. Yeah.
and the dude had a point. Like just the way that he acts and his whole personality is that of a coke user.
Who was I talking to the other day? They said that like his advisors were like, yeah, we didn't want to load his brain with facts, so we just sent him out there to do his thing. And I think it's the best way to go. It's like he's gotten this far by being like a ranting maniac. Why fix it if it ain't broke? You know?
Yeah, no, it appeals to his base.
Right.
His base, the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
The seeds of idiocracy.
And it's really hard for like
That I'm fucking worried about.
And it's hard for Hillary Clinton to like appeal to people. What's her appeal, man? More of the same? Like
Yeah, have you seen the conspiracy theories that she's a robot?
oh man, there's some pretty
Is that
wacky.
a Chuck Tingle story?
No.
It should be.
People actually believe this shit, man. There's a lot of wacky conspiracy theories about her. Like, it's pretty far out.
Yeah, no, one of my friends who lives in Tennessee that we talk online all the time, he's a Trump supporter, and he always like links all this shit about Hillary and how she's like about to die and all this other shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking funny.
She died and was replaced, like Paul McCartney. That's what I'm seeing online too.
Yeah, Paul is dead.
Now it's Hillary. Like, it's ridiculous. People are inventing ridiculous shit about Hillary Clinton when there's like real world ridiculous shit about Trump that people ignore.
Yeah, it's just the different bases that they have.
Yeah, conflicting reality tunnels.
Pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, this chapter was definitely interesting. To me, I guess it was just like description of just language and how it applies to the other circuits. Communication, moreover than language. I don't really have any specifics that stood out. I was just like, oh, alright, this is sweet.
I guess I did like how that one paragraph broke it down, but I also thought it was pretty interesting how they're talking about how like the first two circuits were like the vulnerable entranceways into like the third and higher.
Right.
So like we're talking about like hypnosis and stuff, and it's like you gotta break down the biosurvival parts in like somebody's territory to like get that push pull started, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like the threat, they're coming into our country illegally, that's getting into our territory. The end goal is, you know, this or that or whatever, but threaten the biosurvival, and then that just kind of like backs up the whole train.
Right.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
in order to have effective rhetoric, you have to appeal to people's baser instincts, pretty much.
Yeah.
it's like
And
how
it's
to
also-
push people's buttons, essentially.
Exactly. And it's also telling what metaphors or language someone chooses to use while speaking is telling about how they think. Like if someone says, I see what you're saying, as opposed to that rings a bell, you can tell that they're like a visual thinker, you know.
Yeah.
And if that rings a bell, then they're like an auditory thinker.
Yeah.
And so, just common expressions that we apply to our day-to-day life are telling marks of how we process the world about us. And he delves into that a little bit. I also love how he uses the term domesticated primate for human. That's
Yeah.
He does it in the Schrodinger's cat, his novel, and I think it's funny. I like it. Biosurvival tickets and domesticated primates are definitely like things I want to adopt into my vocabulary.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Because we're the only like animal in the animal kingdom that domesticated itself.
Well, it takes away our just inert dominance of what the definition of a human is. When we take away the definition as human.
Yeah, most people don't want to think of themselves as primates. It sort of undermines like this whole idea of human superiority or human exceptionalism.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because like especially like when you consider like in a religious sense that when they don't teach evolution and stuff like that, us still referring to ourselves as humans above the animals is still kind of a form of that. It's just more of just kind of a subliminal version of it, where we don't really acknowledge it as an awareness.
And I think that's why so many people like hold on to creationism and stuff, is because they don't want to be unseated from this dominance that they we perceive ourselves to have.
Yeah, and it's just like the only the difference is the language that we use. It's not the meat, it's the language.
Yeah.
And that's where all of it matters. It's yeah. It's interesting to see how I don't know. Language is a really interesting subject.
Yeah, changing the map can sort of affect how you interact with the territory.
Oh yeah, definitely. The map kind of navigates the territory, I guess.
Yeah, it's like an interface or a medium between yourself and the territory.
Like a lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do the exercises for this week. I just want speaking with having deep intellectual conversations with educated Muslims and Japanese businessmen and etc. It's good to reach out and meet people, and there's no reason not to when you have the internet. You know, you can someone out there who's like sitting in front of a webcam looking for that conversation. They got to be out there.
Yeah.
And the other one that's like, he basically says like, get coked up and then like inflict your worldview upon a stranger
until they run away.
Until they run away. He suggests some like weird supplements. I doubt they sell them anymore.
Yeah.
He's basically saying Coke, like the safe version of Coke.
Yeah.
Drink a fucking pot of coffee, like whatever, you know.
Just get chatty.
Get some stimulants that make you chatty, and then find someone to just fucking talk to.
Pretty much.
Have you ever had a stranger do that to you? Just have a weirdo approach you in a restaurant or while you're on the bus and just start like ranting weird shit at you?
No.
I've had to town at like 2 a.m. a couple times, but Stevie Ray Vaughan, man, tie the whipping post. Fucking
yeah. Jesus. Homeless people do that a lot too. Homeless people are crazy people, but sometimes they're not too crazy. I had a Robert Anton Wilson T-shirt when I was like 16, and it had like the eye and the triangle on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in that #1 Euro joint on 5th and Higgins, like the best Euro joint in town.
Is that the one with the, as Mia puts it, the Greek kids that serve you Pepsis?
Yes. Gotta be it. And I was sitting there, and I was like 16, and this like dude that was in his 20s looks at my shirt, and he's like, "Freemasons run the world, man." And he just started saying like really strange shit to me. He didn't seem crazy. He just seemed like he had weird ideas about the world. He's like, yeah, you know, the chemtrails are spraying us with magnesium sulfate to make the HARP mind control more effective. He told me to check out this website, True Facts.
The computer bard that plays the harp into our brains.
Yeah, he told me to go to truefacts.org and look into this guy, Voldemort Valerian. And this dude, like, just wrote these crazy-ass books called the Matrix series that are just... They're like David Icke on LSD. Like, if David Icke was even further off, like, the conspiracy rails and
That
stuff.
guy's hilarious.
Yeah, this is even crazier
Hey,
than that.
David is the guy that did the reptilian people shit we were watching before, right? He got pied in the face.
Oh, yeah, did we watch that together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reptilian guy.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
He was like an athlete, celebrity in the UK, and then he got injured, and he became like a Green Party candidate over there for like the British Green Party, and he started like wearing blue jumpsuits and saying like blue was like this power color, and that he was the son of God, and like he became a laughing stock of the nation, and he had like a spiritual experience in Peru where he was contacted, and he came up with like this whole Illuminati style conspiracy theory that like a global elite runs the world, and so on and so on, etc. But he also said that they are reptilian transformers from another dimension, and that they drink baby's blood in order to keep their human form.
Yeah, pretty much. like on a grammatically broken auditory level, as everything is metaphor, then absolutely, he's spot on. He's perfectly spot on.
I think he's saying, I mean, if you want to, like, tweak it a bit and say that the reptilian mind runs the world,
That's
we're
it.
still running the world by our base instincts when we should evolve and operate the world on a higher level, then I agree. But I just think, yeah, he's confusing the map for the territory, maybe, like the metaphor for the reality.
But I don't know. I would argue, is there a difference between reality and metaphor?
Yeah.
Facts are just community agreeances, aren't they?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting debate.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, science is just communal agreements on things. Like when you look into the quantum fields, like the observers are creating the outcomes or affecting them in a way. So when you have more people believing certain things, it definitely affects what is perceived. And like we created these labels anyways. Like the words are just labels, and I don't know. I feel that language, the English language, is really really weird. I've come to find out recently, just playing with it. The more I play with it, the more just reality just seems to just exist as my head computes it, as opposed to it being put in a definitive sentence or set of facts that I have to abide by to perceive or abstract certain parts of it.
Right. And you find like a similar thing through meditation. Like if you quiet the mind to a point where it's muted, you'll find that you can experience the world without reflecting upon it or narrating it.
Mm-hmm.
And the self as like a singular, continuous author of thoughts and actions is kind of an illusion, I think.
It's a total illusion.
I think it naturally developed through evolution in order to increase an individual's likelihood of sexual reproduction. And a lot of people think of the self, the singular narrator of thoughts and actions. A lot of people think that it's there as a decision maker, but I think it evolved as a PR agent, that it mostly exists for self-promotion.
No, it definitely does. Like
Times socially to achieve higher social status, so that we all strive to fuck more, basically. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's how evolution works. It all comes down to who gets to fuck in the end, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the the hurdle that we're trying to get past, I think. Um,
Right, like fucking isn't as necessary as it was before. Like we need to fuck
no,
less. As
yeah,
it,
no,
it's just
it's
she's
become
like
this
all over.
distraction and
Yeah.
this means of control that's there's so much more possibility out there like if you eliminate language altogether and if you were to just purely go into meditative states and put yourself into different situations like in your brain and then just go out and experience like you'd probably just get to experience whatever you wanted because you're beyond the prison of language.
Right.
And I think that's where this entire thing is just leading to. And I don't know, it puts culture into a very disturbing place once you get to that point, and it's just like I don't even know. Just like being stuck somewhere, I guess.
So have you finished that xenolinguistics book?
No, I've been meaning to open it back up. I haven't opened it since I was at the lake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I checked out like 5 books, and
From the library.
yeah, and I'm in the middle of another 2 books, or 3 maybe. I can't even remember. I've been really shitty about reading the past couple weeks.
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Yeah, but that should change. I've got to tackle the mountain of books at some point.
Yeah, my mountain always grows, so
Yeah,
it's a bad.
I need to just turn my computer off, I think.
Yeah,
For a
that's
couple days.
and you just waste so much time just looking at bullshit online. And if you just spent a fraction of that time reading, you would like read 3 books a week probably, you know?
Yeah. No, and then I wouldn't have to think about Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, but aside from just other people talking about it, and it would just seem really weird and stupid, more so than it does already.
I had a pretty jarring experience recently. One of the guys in my other book club is like a journalism student. I think he's here for like grad school in journalism. And he recommended a political podcast to me. And I listened to their political coverage, their election coverage, and it was jarring because it was like the first serious journalism, like real journalism, I've looked into on this election. Like all the shit I've seen has just been like social media bullshit, or like the Daily Show or John Oliver, like comedy. And this was like serious people who have like doctorates in journalism discussing Trump as a serious political reality, and it just like fucked my head up. Like hearing people give like play-by-plays. Yeah, you can go ahead and check.
You know what really fucked me up for like a night?
What's
I
that?
hadn't smoked in like a week or 2, and it was during the Republican convention, and I took a couple of huge bong rips, and then I started watching Trump give a speech, and I thought he was awesome. Or no, it was his daughter gave a speech about him, and I started thinking, hey, he doesn't seem like that bad of a guy.
You stepped into that reality tunnel for a
Yeah,
minute.
no, just the smoking of the weed just like put me in such a just malleable space, I guess,
Yeah.
that
Open
it's
your
just
head.
like
An open mind can be a dangerous thing.
very much so, very much so. Like that was just like a lesson to me because it's like he's such an asshole.
He really is an asshole.
And yeah, it just goes back to showing that just language is just this tool for convincing others that they're less dominant than the rest of us.
But maybe we should elect assholes. Like, everybody's like they're crooks, and it's like, well, don't you want a crook? Like, on the world stage, when it comes to dealing with other world leaders who are also like underhanded, backstabbing crooks, it's like I'm not gonna elect a saint. I'm not gonna elect Mother Teresa to go and talk to Putin. Like, I'm gonna elect like some conniving like genius, so psychopath, to like defend my country. You fucking damn right I am.
How often does the president and their decisions affect your day-to-day reality? Like,
Well, I think it does. Like, I've thought about this a lot before myself because if you ask most people if a president has like affected their day-to-day reality, pretty much no one would think of an example
yeah,
of how it does. But if you ask people if they've gone to a national park, pretty much everybody's gone to a national park, and we wouldn't have them if it wasn't for President Teddy Roosevelt. So when you vote, it's not really about how it's going to affect your life. You have to think about how it's going to affect the world 50 or 40 years down the line.
yeah.
Uh,
It's more of an infrastructure vote than anything.
Yeah, well, to me the metaphor or analogy I use, it's like planting seeds for like olive trees. They don't bear olives for like 12 years or more. It's like you're planting seeds for fruit trees that you may not even see bear fruit. You're doing it for future generations.
Yeah,
However, I think like the importance and the impact of the executive branch of the president is way overinflated by the media and just by like common understanding. And I also feel like over the last 100 years, the executive branch has become more or less like a puppet or figurehead for the military-industrial complex.
yeah. Pretty much. Well put.
So I don't think it matters as much as it used to.
Yeah. No,
I kind of think Dick Cheney might have like shook up that game. Really, like I feel like up until Bush, the Pentagon was calling the shots for the executive branch, and then when Bush got elected, Dick Cheney started running the game, and his like military industrial buddy started doing it. They were still military industrial, but it was like a different group of guys running shit.
yeah.
I think it really fucked up. Like it caused a lot of chaos, like in the deep state. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
shadow government or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Definitely. Um. Yeah.
And then you had Obama, who's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I hope he becomes a stand-up comedian.
That would be pretty sweet.
He's pretty funny, dude. Like the shit he says, he has like some pretty witty comebacks when like just to like all the shit like he's accused of doing. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
He should start like a late night talk show and have Bill Clinton be his like lead band member.
yeah, dude, that
That
would be awesome.
that would put it into perspective.
Yeah. He's like Obama just reminds me of an angry dad too. Like he's cool. He says cool stuff. He was definitely one of the cooler presidents. Him and Clinton.
Yeah.
George Bush was cool too, like in a way. He's definitely a goofball. I'd hang out with him.
Wait, senior or
Junior. Doesn't he just seem like a cokey little goofball like that?
He'd probably be pretty fun to have a drink with.
Yeah, like not the brightest bulb, but just kind of like an easygoing, fun guy.
Yeah. Definitely entertaining.
And then like Obama's more of like a witty dude that you'd hang out with, like a cool guy to talk to who's funny and knows a lot of shit. And Bill Clinton's there, but he's also like Bill Clinton's like dirty and perverted, so he can carry on like a good conversation. But he
Yeah.
also just, like says terrible things about women that make you a little embarrassed to be his friend. I don't know if you have friends like that where like when you're in public with them, they just like stare at a girl for like 45 seconds without like looking away. You're like, dude, that's a little much. Like catcall. I don't know if you have buddies like catcall women. You're like, dude, what the fuck? Has that ever worked for you? What the fuck? It must. Like, I think 1 out of 300 times, like, there's a girl who's into it. It's the boom. It's the Boomhauer strategy.
Yeah.
Remember that episode where like Boomhauer's helping Bill or Bobby like get a girlfriend
Uh-uh.
of King of the Hill? And Boomhauer just goes up to every woman, like every woman he sees. He's like, "Hell, baby, I'm gonna goddamn get back to my place." You know what I'm saying? And like most women slap him, but eventually he gets one. You know, that's that's how those guys roll. With their fucking perverted pickup lines and shit.
Yeah.
But for every 300, you get one.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Really?
People's like courtship techniques are
Know how he could increase that ratio? Getting a lifted truck.
getting a lifted truck. Yeah.
To project his bio-survivability.
And then there's the guys who use like neurolinguistic programming
Yeah.
and like the whole pickup artist like type of dude.
Yep. Those guys are.
That's a dark path. I was looking at like their message boards one day, and if you keep following going down the rabbit hole, it gets real dark. Some of the shit those guys have to say, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's just that utilization of the language.
Right, and you're appealing. It appeals to guys who can't get laid, you know.
Yeah.
And then like, and it's trying to teach them like how to get girls, but it like also promotes this like view of women as like sex objects and like trophies to be obtained, and
Yep.
it gets pretty dark and sickening, I think. The pickup artist shit.
Yeah.
But women are fucked up too, man. It's not just dudes.
Pretty much.
Well, have you ever been like the only guy in like a room full of girls and they just like start talking about dick and you're just like, this makes me feel a little uncomfortable. A little objectified right now, actually. Or when there's like a girl comes on way too strong and like kind of follows you and shit.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And then you're like, so this is how most girls feel when they go to the bar. Like, just so the shoe's on the other foot now. Or when a gay dude keeps hitting on you and you're just like, yeah, it's like just coming on too strong. I'm not a homophobe, but there is such a thing as like not getting a hint.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It gets her like, dude. I've been harassed. By men and women. I'm just a sexy dude, I guess. It's always a weird experience, like when you have the opportunity to reject someone. Like it usually goes the other way around. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, no, it never ceases to amaze me how, like, if you repeat a thought of something you can't do or you shouldn't do, it's what you end up encountering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, don't think of an elephant. Like, what did you think of, an elephant?
This makes me think of Duke, too.
Silly Duke.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get in the shower and try to watch the Grizzly game with my dad.
Oh, nice. Sweet, man. Well, have a good time.
Yeah.
Sometime next week, I guess, we'll talk about Prometheus Rising and whatever weird topics come up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Both low and high-minded ideas.
Yeah, no, just like today. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more chatty and have rested more.
That mugwort, it relaxed you too much.
No, I think it was the drinking all night and getting less than 4 hours of sleep.
That's what it was.
And then I ate a cup of noodles.
That looked tasty, though.
It was, but it definitely wasn't energizing.
Well, sweet, man. You have a good day.
Yeah, talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.